His accident was October 4th of 2012. Jason was a big football player, basketball player. He was 6'4" at 14. He had this thing for breakfast pizza. So every morning, he was always out of the house by 7:30. He liked to go up to the mini mart, get a breakfast pizza, get to school early so he could socialize with all his friends. And that morning, I thought it was weird because he actually didn't ask me for money for a breakfast pizza. He came into my bedroom, I was making my bed, and he kind of walked past my dresser, and I said, "What are you looking for?" Because I knew what he was looking for. If Mom had a couple dollars on my dresser, and he goes, nothing. And told him, "Goodbye, I love you, have a good day." He walked out of the house, came over here to get his pickup, and headed to school. And about 10 minutes till 8, a little after 8, Tyler was still in the shower. And there's an unprotected railroad crossing, as you probably noticed when you came out. And he just didn't see the train. And the train hit him, but he went upside down in the ditch. So he had an anoxic brain injury, broke his C5, C6 vertebrae. So we really didn't know what the whole outcome of that was going to be. But he got life-flighted. We stayed at the hospital, and we got transferred to Madonna and Lincoln. Yep. And then fast forward 3 months, we kind of got told that basically he was never going to eat, drink, talk, walk. You know, he was basically, it wasn't going to get any better than what it was. So John and I, as hard as it was as parents, but the kids were 100% agreeable to that too, that that's not the way he would have wanted to live. So we made that decision to quit treating. So we pretty much let him go. But to me, that's the hardest thing to do, but it's the most unselfish thing to do, because he wouldn't want to live that way. I mean, he was a kid running around in the front yard on his dirt bike, and you know, he tractor pulled too, and you know, that's not living, you know. And so now I just kind of feel a little bit at peace at it, because everybody remembers Jason for who he was, not the person laying in a nursing home the rest of his life. So we kind of just carried on his legacy. And a funny story to Jason is, we did not know this until he was in the hospital. The one time John had drove his car, but John decided, you know, it's cheaper on gas than my big pickup, I'll drive that down to the hospital. I basically lived at the hospital in Lincoln in our semi that we used to haul the tractors around. I lived in that for about 3 months. And he came out and relieved me on the weekends, because the hard thing was, as sole proprietors, we had to keep the business running too. And you know, that was our bread and butter, so we had to make sure that that was being taken care of, and somebody was with him all the time. And Justin was in college, Tyler was a senior in high school, so we were just kind of spread kind of thin. But when John drove Jason's car down to the hospital, he opened up the trunk, and it was full of tractor pulling shirts. He called me and he goes, "Why does Jason have all these shirts in the trunk of his car?" I said, "I don't know, you know." Well, come to find out, Jason was taking our pulling shirts to school. And when he got to school early for his social hour, he would ask some of his friends, "Hey, would you guys like a pulling shirt?" "Yeah, sure, Jason, why?" "Well, if you help me with my homework, I'll give you a pulling shirt." And our biggest thing for us is, when I said to John about keeping Jason's dream alive, it was his idea to design these pulling shirts. Right now we have given $20,000 in scholarships from the sales of these shirts. So we've done $20,000 in scholarships, we built that announcer stand, and then we just recently donated $5,000 from the shirts to the new fire department.